Hey fellow Forex traders, it is Wednesday. Wasn't much news today. Powell was speaking, but the stock market really didn't do anything. The currencies did though. He spoke this morning at 9:15 Eastern time in the US. The same old dribble as usual. Well, we're going to start with, I'm going to start out with, and I should always start out with this, I don't know why I don't. If you're new to my channel, this is welcome, first of all. And for those of you subscribe, thank you. And I do swing trading on Forex currencies. I don't do day trading, even though sometimes there is a trade during the daytime. And sometimes there isn't. So we have to be patient and wait for our opportunity to come in. And with a low risk trade, and then we get rewarded for our patience. That's my trading in a nutshell. I use 1 hour, 4 hour chart and a daily chart for trend direction, even though there is change. Like today, we've had a big sell-off from yesterday, continue the sell-off. But they had been doing live streaming, had done it for a month. Went back to doing just videos because nobody was showing up in the chat room, because I know most of these people are looking for 1, 3, and 5 minute trades, so they can have a bunch of trades today, which I don't do, so this is not the room for you. Even though I would suggest not trading that way, because I blew 2 accounts, separate accounts, trading that way, and have been trading successfully the swing trading for almost 17 years. So no reason for me to go back to that. I follow the big boys, so to speak, because they use 1 hour and 4 hour charts. They don't use anything less, so that's what I went to, and was able to find indicator that I created right there will never be for sale, because I don't want somebody else to get it, change it up a little bit, and then they sell it as their own. So you're welcome to follow me, even though I'm not on 24/7. I mean, if more people came in to my live streaming room when I have it, even though I stopped doing that, if I got a huge response from people to bring that back, then I would bring it back. But my time is just as valuable as yours is, so I'm willing to do that, to do live streaming, for an hour or two, or it's actually more than that, because I've done Asian session too. But going to look at the pound dollar, and like I said, it was a sell-off started yesterday, continued in today. And it may not be done to the downside just yet, but we could have a turnaround, a slight turnaround right here. Now where it came down this morning, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours ago. That would be 7:30 this morning Eastern time, 8 o'clock Eastern time this morning, and it's pushed up some. At the 4 hour, showing the same picture. Both of them are agreement on the sell, the 1 and the 4 hour, and that's major when that happens, because there'll be sometimes when the 1 hour will be on like this candle and the 4 hour don't have anything, and then you can see what happens when they don't match up. It continues higher until they do match up, and then that's the better scenario to trade it, to sell. These don't show up every candle, so I have to wait on them, because I never know when they're going to show up, because the criteria is in there, but it's calculated, and so it does it for me, and all it does is alert me when these come on, and then I can look at it and see if it's a potential trade setup. But when those show up, I can't do anything. I have to wait. I have to wait for the setup. and sometimes it doesn't set up on the 4 hour, but it does set up on the 1 hour. See, there's your poke up. There was 3 opportunities, not that candle, but these 3 candles to get in short with a low risk trade. That high 124.28 basically. Is that 28? Yeah, 124.28. And then this high was 124. So that would be 31 with the including the spread, which is in my parameters. Because as long as it's less than 28, I mean 30, which it was at 28, then I can take the trade. And if you did take the sell from up there, your initial stop would be right there, and then you would follow it down. It really didn't give a lot of retracements like it needs to until right there. But now you've been stopped out, but you were in up here. You've already took out half your position. The second half, well, no, it's not stopped out yet. Almost. It got up there really close. And if this pushes down, then you can move your stop down to over here. But I got a feeling that if it pushes down into here, and this is what the charts tell me, is that if it does continue down, it's coming down into here before a turnaround. But it is in a good place to where it could turn around, which it has some right here, but just not, it hasn't run away, which is good. And that's the pound dollar. The Aussie dollar, again from yesterday, started its sell. Again, you don't take that candle. A couple opportunities right in here to get in short, and then after this flush down, you moved your stop from up there. You took your half profit off, which is 30 pips on the Aussie dollar, and then you had it at break even when that happened, plus $1 or $2, and then when you had the flush down, now you've moved it down to here, so now it's made just as much money as the first half of your position. And if it takes out this low right here, then you're bringing your stop all the way down to here, and it makes even more. You're just going to continue it till it stops you out. Now on the Aussie dollar, it's got the same thing. It's at a position to where it could turn around right in here, right down in here actually. So it's getting close to that. The 4 hour, we'll see what it says. Again, this is on the Aussie dollar. They agreed up here and have sold off ever since. Again, the 4 hour really didn't give you much. You almost have to get in on the second candle after the high shows up. Get in on the second candle. 65.07, 65.22. That's 15 plus 2 on the spread, 17. So that was all your risk, and you've made a good bit of money. And that's on the 4 hour Aussie. Oh yeah, I did want to show that there's a potential. I don't think we're going to get up here because it's 400 away. On the pivot. Now it could do that before the end of the year, which is when these change. The pound CAD has made a 1 hour sell. I think it has the same thing up in here. How far away is it? No, it's too far. That won't make it because it is 78, about 850 away. Yeah, it won't do that by the end of the year. But the 1 hour has made a sell. It has made a sell, and the 4 hour is making a sell. That will not be done until 5 o'clock. So it's still got 2 hours and 20 minutes. So that can change. This can go away because you can't do anything until that candle closes. Just because this shows up doesn't mean anything. It has to close because that will go away if it continues higher. And that's the Aussie dollar, I mean the pound CAD. So Switch it back to the 1 hour. So let's see, DB. Oh, hold on just a second, I'll be right back. I get the door. Okay, I'm back. I'll make a phone call here when I get done too. Seems like there's always something to do. Okay, message him anyway. Call him later. It was the pound cat, so now we're going to the pound yen. It has been in a sale and is retracing that and coming up for another potential sale up in here, but I think we have, is it too far away? Yes, it's too far away for the next pivot. So yep, there was a turnaround here, and that was from the 6th, which was Monday, and now it's turned around today. The 4 hour was in a sale. Let me spread that out better. There we go. Same time Monday for our sale, they agreed. There's your sell off. Doesn't look like much, but these are 4 hour candles, so that's actually 200, almost 200 pips, 130 something. No, actually more than that, about 150. That move doesn't look like it, but it is. And here we're pulling back up into it for a potential low risk sale. That's on the pound yen. Back to the 1 hour. Euro New Zealand is making a 1 hour sale. It's still got 17 minutes, so nothing to do on that, because again, that can go away. That's the first time that arrow has showed up since the one over here on Friday of last week, and here we are on Wednesday. But that could go away, so that may not happen. It's just the criteria is starting to show up, but it's not there yet. Like I said, in 16 more minutes that can change and that'll go away. I'm looking for a push up into here for a potential sale. But this thing has been good to me. The Euro New Zealand. We're going to look at the 4 hour, see what it shows. There was its sale, same time. And see how it ran away. The risk was too great. Still too great. There's the opportunity to sell. Low risk right there. That high was 182.64. That high is 182.52. 12 plus 6 is $18 risk. That was it to get that. But yet there's traders who will take 8 to 10 pips on a trade. And I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it until it gets through to hopefully everyone, but it won't get through to everyone. That the brokerage houses say that the average trade on currencies for their traders, people who trade with them, are 8 to 10 pips on average. For those who just trade stocks and don't trade currencies, they say their average trader takes profit at 10 to 15 cents on a stock. I'm sure that's the lower price stocks. So why would you want to do that when you can actually get, you know, was that 200 what I said, it was 182.52. It's been down to 178. 400 pips. That's a 400 pip move. This is a 4-hour chart. So of course you're getting paid, but you're in the trade and you're getting paid. Because as it's going down, you just move the stop down. Now you might have got stopped out right here. Yes, you would have. If you'd have had it on this flush down. No, actually you'd been right here. But still you'd have got stopped out. Which one's higher? Yeah, that made a higher high. So chances are you'd have got stopped out right there. Saved yourself a couple of pips, even though it went down. It came back up, it's gone higher now. So that's on the Euro New Zealand 4-hour. Pound New Zealand's going to have the same picture. It does. You had one opportunity to get in long, a second opportunity to get in long, and now it's going up, expecting it to go up into here. That won't happen today. On the Pound New Zealand, let's see. 3. There was the sales, and not much retracement at all. A little bit right there, to where when it made a lower low, you could have brought it down from up here all the way down to here, but now you got stopped out, and this thing can now be going back to the upside on the Pound New Zealand, kind of like the Euro New Zealand. The New Zealand yen, 1 hour is in a sell. If you missed that opportunity right there, you may have had another opportunity right here. That high was 74. This high was 48. Let me make sure it's 74. 74.48 is 26. So that's within the parameters to take. That's what I use, is 30 pips or less. I want less. You still could have took that trade now, but the better one would have been over here. A much lower risk. You've already took half off, and you've moved your stop down to over here, and you've about got stopped out. But if this makes it a push down, then you're able to move it over here. But either way, you would have made money already, banked half your position. When I say half, that's what I do. You can do an eighth, a third, a fourth, 3/4, whatever you feel comfortable with. But just remember, you want to leave some for the trail if it moves, continues moving in a direction where you don't have to find another spot. The New Zealand yen, did I show the 4-hour? I don't think so. Nope, it didn't. There was the buy. See, that's what I talk about. It starts to run away. The average Joe jumps in and says, oh, it's running away without me. They get in, they're at the wrong spot. It pulls back 70 pips. Pulls back 70. Most people aren't going to hang on to it that long. So they got stopped out. Now they're having to look for another opportunity, but now they're in the hole. So the next trade, they're just looking to get break even, as opposed to, okay, I'm gonna let it go. If it runs away, it runs away. I look for the next one. If it pulls back, I get in. The low risk trade is 66. It was at 84. $12 risk plus the spread, $15 for that. So why would you take 8 to 10 pips when you get in here, and then easily on these candles, because you got to move, most of those guys got to move their stop so they don't lose the 8 to 10 pips they got. They get stopped out, and then they got to find another trade. As opposed to, you take it, you wait, you get in, it goes up, you just keep moving your stop. Now see, when a first push up takes out the high, your stop originally was here. Once it does that, you're moving it to break even plus $1 or $2, and then you've already took off half the position. So you banked money. Your second half is in a couple dollars. It's not going to lose money. You need a little retracement so you can have a place to move up your stop to. So then when it comes down, makes a new high right there, you move your stop from down here all the way up to here. So now your second half has made as much money as your first half, and you just want it to keep climbing like that to be able to get a spot. But there really wasn't any opportunity, as it just climbed with very little retracement, just kind of went sideways. And then that would be where you want to get out, is right there, because that's a yearly period. See the resistance, resistance, we had resistance over here, resistance again. So you know there's going to be resistance right there. And that was on the New Zealand yen. So we're going to the Euro Aussie. It's making a 1 hour sell. It's got 8 minutes, nothing to do on that. I was trying to see if there is a about 400 away. Now that could happen by the end of the year to the next major pivot. See when this happens. See, I have an advantage over everybody else because these signals show up and they tell me that's the place for your stop. Once you get a retracement, push up, retracement, get in. There's another opportunity and another opportunity. So that one you got about half your money off. You got stopped out, but then you were able to get in, because on that push up you moved your stop up, and then here you go again. You've taken a half of the money off. You got your retracement, which is what you want, and now you move your stop up to there, and this happens. The Euro Aussie 4 hour. See, there was this buy. See, they're in agreement. When they're in agreement, it's a pretty good time to go. Green light, go. That's the Euro Aussie. The Euro CAD had a sale right there. And so see, this is one of these where you did not have an opportunity to get in, except, well, wait a minute, how did those two happen? Is that a lower low? 45, 81, 1, 88. No, that was your opportunity to get in right there. It runs away. Most traders get in. Up's running away without me. They get in. They got to sit through a 46.11 down to 45.88. So that's 23 pip stop. And if they've already took 8 to 10 pip, they moved it to break even. Guess what? They got stopped out again. They got to find another spot to get in. But now they're in the hole, because they've got to make up what they lost. Just because it's running away don't mean you got to get in. Euro CAD's making a good sale. It's 350 away from it. Now that could happen too on the Euro CAD. And the 4 hour, see, it's made a sale, so those are in agreement now. The 1 hour, 4 hour, it has made a sell opportunity too on the Euro CAD. So that should be legitimate. That would be your stop now. So that's both of them in, because that's major. 1 and 4 hour both have their number there. So that would be pretty much when you'd want to get in, is like right now. With your stop up here, that was 47.89. Trading at 69. That's 20 pip riffs. Yep, that's your chance to get in. Pound Aussie. It is making 5 more minutes for that candle to end. But it has a, there we go. That's where we're going. Yearly pivot. Why do you say that, Terry? See what we did when we hit it before? Kabam! So now that would be major resistance right there. Major resistance. And that is 92, 93.24. So it's 130 pips away. That can happen tomorrow, or even overnight tonight. I think there's going to be a retrace here, or maybe not. This starts starting to make a runaway. See, like it did down here, a runaway, and it came back up to it and filled it in, and then we made another runaway, and it came back up to it, filled it in, and here we're having another runaway. But it may not, the sell may not happen until we get up here where it come back down into here. So there's a chance to make a couple hundred pips, or more actually, more than 200 is coming down there. And that's on the pound to Aussie, the 4 hour. Wow, I got to, oh, that made it worse. There's where its buy was. See, again, I have the advantage when this shows up. I know that it's okay to look for the opportunity. It starts to run away. The average trader Joe gets in. He goes, "Hey, I got my 8 to 10 pips, hooray!" And then they have to tighten their stop up because they don't want to give that back, and they wind up getting stopped out, and they got to hunt for another trade. And there's my trade, and take half off. When this happens, you get your retrace. The retracement is your friend. It is your friend. And stop would be right here, right now, because it took out the high. So you're from being down here to up here on the second half. So it's made more, and that's the goal. The second half will make more than the first half. Doesn't do it all the time, but it does do it most of the time. And it is the pound Aussie. The CAD yen is in a 1 hour sell. It's not really gone anywhere. There was your chance to get in right there. There's not been another chance to get in. But I am looking for a push up, because nope, that's resistance. Got resistance, not just right there where it sold off. It goes up through it. That's the next resistance, which is about 130 away from where it's trading right now. That won't happen today. CAD yen doesn't move that far. It doesn't move that far. So the 4 hour, there was the buy down there on October the 29th, is that right, or 27th? Oh, it's back over here. Yep, 29th. So when they're in agreement, blah blah blah. And let's see, that was the CAD yen. Now we're going to the euro yen. I am in this trade on the euro yen. On the short side, I was in the long side, but I'll show you where I got stopped out. Where was it? Whoop. How did that do that? Oh, I know what it is right there. Right there. See, here's what it does. The signal shows up. I have to wait. I have to wait for this to show up. I have to. Because that's part of the strategy. It starts to run away. The average Joe gets in. He gets his 8, 10, 12 pips, whatever it is. I say, I got to move my stop. I don't want to give that back. And boom. You reckon he got stopped out right there? Trying to get in right there. And here's where I get in. That's where I got in right there. I had to have a higher high. Didn't have one until right there to be able to move my stop from here to here to here. And then I took half off right in here. First half. There was no chance to get in. As it just shot up, shot up. You didn't have a good retracement like you should have. So when it got down into here, that's where I had my stop. Because usually that candle, a long candle like that, gets filled in, which it did there, and then it took care of it right there. So there was no need for me to hang on to it from up here, because then I had to ride that down. and you can see how this thing does. I don't have to tell you, the picture tells everything you need to know. We're going to look at the 4 hour on the euro yen. See, it's making the 4 hour sell. Now that's not over for another 2 hours, but the 1 hour is making it, so those are going to be in agreement, because that's within the 4 hour window, because that's from 1 o'clock, the 4 hour window. That candle goes from 1 to 5. That just happened within, because it's 3 o'clock now, within the 4 hour window. And we'll do 4 hour. Yep, same thing. So the euro yen is in agreement. Aussie yen made a 1 hour sell yesterday, and it didn't give you a chance to get in. Now what happens usually on these is that they will come up. I see that high was 59, and that high was just 08. So that's 51 pip risk plus the spread on it. So that's too great. So now I can't take a sell on that until it gets back up into here. So now if this turns and runs down, now I have to look for a buy opportunity on this and on the odd yen. And let's see, the 4 hour, there's where it made its sell, and you see how it's come up. You actually could have got in better on the 4 hour. There's its push up right there. That's still 51 pips plus the spread. Too great. Couldn't get in. It's got to make a higher high. But the only thing about that is, guess what's lurking right ahead? 98.75. We're 200 away, but we had pushed up. See, that's a magnet. So I'm looking for a buy opportunity, not a sell up to here. Now if this goes straight up without me from here, then I'm going to look for a sell right there on the Aussie yen. So it's a patient game. Got to wait. Let's see, I'll have an order placed up there already. I have an order placed at that pivot for a short on the Aussie yen. And that's everything for today. So I hope you guys liked the analysis video. If you do, please hit the like button. I'm not trying to get Taylor Swift numbers or anybody else subscribers and stuff. I just want to be able to make sure there's people getting good quality education and analysis, because I do take these trades myself. I have a live account. I trade from home full time. Well, not full time, because I usually only trade till about 11. From about 8 to 11 in the mornings. Then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want to do. I'll come back in the afternoon, look, see if there's an opportunity for a buy, sell, moving profit targets, moving stops, stuff like that. And then I do it before I go to bed as well. So that's the convenience of trading at home full time. And I only was able to get to this point because I found swing trading and started following the big boys, what they do, which I don't understand why most people don't, because they have others that come in, that companies from like their brokerage houses that get new graduates from Harvard and Yale that are taught this stuff, and they're going to become successful. So there is no reason to trial and error. Our best trial and error is to follow them. Don't try to beat them. You're not going to beat them. Just follow them. Don't try to get the whole pie. Make sure you get a piece of the pie every single time. Don't go for the whole pie. You're not going to get it. You're not going to beat them. But most traders try to do, oh, I'm smarter than them. Really? No. 95% aren't. Because that's what the brokerage houses say. 95% of traders lose money or blow their accounts. So there's a very few percentage of all the traders in the world that make money Follow the 5%. Don't follow the 95%. I don't know, common sense just tells me don't do it. I did it at the beginning until I figured out, okay, this ain't working. And I followed some traders that were there wasn't many back then in the early 2000s that you could get on YouTube. But and I didn't realize that some of them were using demo accounts, so they weren't losing any money. They were just trying to get subscribers and likes where they could get revenue from YouTube and ad revenue. And that's all they were concerned with. They weren't concerned with you learning how to trade. But I am. I want you to be able to learn this, and then once you do learn it, you don't need me no more. You don't have to follow me. You can go about your own business. But all I ask in returns when you do become successful is that you teach somebody else the same thing. Return the favor that was given to you. That's all I ask. No money, no nothing. Don't need no thanks. The gratitude of somebody becoming successful and being able to trade at home full time and have their wife at home, where she doesn't have to work anymore. That's enough gratitude for me. So that's everything in a nutshell. Also, one other thing, I've said this before several times, is that there's lots and lots, and you'll find them on YouTube, that have on their screen how many wins, losses, and break-evens they have over a day, a week, a month. I've even seen some that had a year, for the whole year. Please don't fall into the trap of looking at that, because it doesn't tell you the whole story. The whole story should include how many pips, total pips, have you gotten off that many number of trades. If they had 50 trades, what was the total number of pips? And more times than not, it's going to be 8, 10, 12 pip average per trade. If that's the case, there's no reason for you to follow them. You see how much I'm able to get per trade. Like I say, you don't get paid every day, but you will get paid on the first half of the position. You just won't get your second half till the trade's over with. But if you're in it for a long time, that means you're making more and more money every single day, as opposed to the others who do those short-term trades like that. They get stopped out, got to find another place to get in, get stopped out, got to find another place to get in. And if they lose too many times, they call it a day. Most of them have a set number. If I lose 3 or 4 trades in a row, it's it. I'm done for the day. I only find one trade, and then I stay in it, so I don't have to keep finding trades. And if I'm in the trade overnight and I come in the next morning, I'm still in it. I don't have to hunt for another trade. I'm still in it. To me, it just makes more sense. A lot easier. It takes off the stress. Too much stress trying to consistently find trades all the time. I'm fortunate I got my arrows. They alert me when I can be in another room. The alert goes off. All I got to do is look at it. But if it's a 4-hour chart, I know I go, okay, I got 4 hours, 4 to 8 hours before I can do anything, even after that candle shows up. So I can go out to eat. I can go to the gym. I can cut the grass. I can do whatever I want to, knowing I can't do anything until that sets up. Doesn't matter whether this showed up. I have to wait. I see this. There's going to be a retrace. I think it was the 4-hour. You had a chance to get in. No. So there's going to be a retracement at some point on this. But the thing that tells me this is going higher is if it does go up that high, it's going to take out that high, and it's going right here, which won't happen today. It could happen tomorrow overnight. If it pushes up, will help it, and then tomorrow's New York session will help it. Look for a sell opportunity up there. Nothing here now. If it was to come up in here tonight during the Asian session and test that, I may take, if it's a really low risk trade like $4 or $5, I'll take it, hoping that it's going to take out this. If it doesn't, I get stopped out. Then I don't look for a buy. I look strictly for a sell up there. So that's it for today, guys. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to go on my YouTube channel and put them in the comments section up underneath where the video is. This is being recorded, and it will be posted here within the next hour for you to look at your convenience. And like I said at the beginning, if you like it and you feel like you're going to learn something here, please hit the subscribe button for me, and that will alert you. And if there is enough, like I said, I'm not live streaming anymore. There wasn't anybody on there. When I'm talking about anybody, there wasn't anybody in the chat room. There'd be views, but nobody in the chat room. So that tells me that, well, I know I'm not entertaining, but I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to help you make money. I think you can find entertainment by yourself on your own. You don't need me. You're here just to make money, and that's the whole goal, and that's what it is supposed to be with these other traders on YouTube. But the majority of it's not. It's about, because I've heard guys on there, I've heard this myself in more than 2 or 3 rooms, where they say, I'm not putting out a trade until you get to 100, 500, 1,000 likes. No trade. And all of a sudden everybody starts jacking up because everybody's wanting to trade. Please, if you're in a room like that, you need to have left yesterday, because I'm not going to pressure you to do anything like that. Like I said, that there may not be a trade during the New York session, and chances are there won't be, but there could be the next day. So you have to be willing to be patient. If you're not, then you need to join those other rooms that are going to have 20 and 40 trades a day if they don't meet a certain goal. So I hope everyone has a good evening. I'll have another video tomorrow. I think there's not much news tomorrow in the US. There is tonight. Australian dollars got some news. Swiss has got news. In the US, tomorrow's only got weekly jobless claims, and it usually doesn't do anything unless it's just way off in what they estimated it. But I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good rest of the day.